Hello everyone. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a realistic glass material in SketchUp and V-Ray. First, we will create a simple glass material. Create a generic material. Go to Refraction tab and change the refraction color to white color. Black color indicates that no light passes through the object, and white indicates total light passes through the object. Let's apply the material to the glass door. Let's set up the render settings and do an interactive render. And we can now see through the door like glass. Let's do a final render to see how it looks. Let's create a frosted glass material. Create a new generic material. Go to Refraction tab and change the refraction color to white. This time we will change the refraction glossiness. As we decrease the value, it becomes blurry because it acts more like roughness. The light is reflected back in different directions, hence the blurry effect. Let's apply the new material to the door and change its name to Glass Frosted. Start interactive render. Click on Render region in the V-Ray frame buffer window. Select the glass region. Only this part will be rendered without wasting time in rendering whole scene. We can see that the glass is blurry now. Let's go back to the refraction glossiness. I usually keep the glossiness between 0.95 to 0.85, but you can keep it according to your design preference. Let's do a final render. Let's create a colored glass material. Create a new generic material. Go to Refraction tab and change the refraction color to white. Now we'll change the fog color to change the color of glass material. The intensity of color is changed by changing the fog depth. Now let's change the name to glass colored. And apply the material to the door. Start interactive render. Go back to material settings. Change the fog color and depth again if you need to, till it is according to your preference. Now let's do a final render to see how it looks. Now let's create a glass material with color gradient. Create a new generic material, go to refraction tab and change the refraction color to white. Now we'll add gradient map in fog color split. Let's change the gradient color. Click on the dot, then go to the color slot below it. To add another color, left click at any place below the color band. Change the color as it fits your vision or design brief. Now let's apply the material to the door and change the name to glass gradient. Let's check the material mapping. Go to Edit Material in SketchUp, increase the material opacity to show the material. Go to Binding tab in V-Ray, change to Texture Helper. Select the glass material, go to V-Ray Utility tab and click on Tri-Planar Projection. Start interactive render. As we can see, the gradient orientation is horizontal. To change that, go back to gradient setting in V-Ray. Change type from U to V. Now it's vertical. Adjust the fog depth for the color intensity of the gradient. Now let's do a final render to see how it looks. Now let's create a few textured glass materials. First we'll create a fluted glass material. Create a new generic material. Go to refraction tab and change the refraction color to white. Now we will add gradient map in bump slot. For this, add another color. Left click below the middle point of the color band. Change its color to white and the dot on the extreme right to black. Apply the material to the door and start interactive render. Select the material, change its opacity Go to Binding tab in V-Ray, change to Texture Helper. But now we see no texture. Go back to Gradient setting in V-Ray. Click on Texture Placement. Increase Repeat UV amount to 25. We can now see the texture resemble to fluted glass. Increase the repeat UV amount to 50 to match the texture size with the door. Now let's do a final render to see how it looks. Let's create a new texture class. Go to Refraction tab and change the refraction color to white. Now we will add noise B map in bump slot. Change the size to around 0.07. Go back and change the bump amount to around 0.1. Let's apply the new material to the door. Change the opacity in SketchUp. Go to Binding tab and V-Ray and change to Texture Helper to check the mapping. Start interactive render and we can see the noise texture. Let's do a render to see the final result. Let's create a new material by using a bitmap in bump slot. Go to Refraction tab and change the refraction color to white. Now we will add a bitmap in bump slot. Download link for the bitmap is provided in the video description. Go back and change the bump amount to around 0.1. Apply the material to the door. Change the material opacity in SketchUp. Go to Binding tab in V-Ray and change to Texture Helper to check the mapping. Start an interactive render. Now we can see the noise texture. Let's do a render to see the final result. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give the video a like. Let me know in the comments what material you would like to learn next. Don't forget to subscribe to ARC3D Shaista for more SketchUp and V-Ray tutorials. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next tutorial.